What's up guys, YST here and welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends video. And today, you may be thinking, who is this dude soloing Faction Wars 21 by himself, dealing poisons and heals and all of this crazy stuff? Is actually one of the new champions in NOCT. So we'll break down this kit very soon. And we are on the test server today to showcase this champion, and thank you so much to Raid for allowing us to have that access. Alright, come on buddy. I thought you'd be for a good intro, but you're kind of showing me out here. But there he is, NOCT 2.5 million damage, full solo Dark Elves stage 21. So here he is, NOCT the Paralyzer, the dude with a spider on his back and crazy daggers to slash up his enemies. He's Dark Elves, he's a legendary champion, and he's HP based. Let's get into his kit here. So on the Haze of Pain, can attack one enemy, 80% chance of applying a 50% decreased accuracy debuff for 2 turns. Now this is bookable up to an 80% chance, which is not bad whatsoever. Obviously we'd all love to have those 100%, but he's not going to bring that in terms of his Haze of Pain. But then this is kind of where his abilities start to really shine. So on the Dreamer's Demise, has an AoE with a 100% chance of placing a sleep debuff for 1 turn, and 2 5% poison debuffs for 2 turns, right? But then as a passive effect, places 2 additional 5% poison debuffs for 2 turns whenever a sleep debuff placed by this skill is removed or disappears after an enemy takes damage. Now usually it says removed or expires, but disappears. We'll actually have to playtest this in the campaign battles to see how this works properly. But yeah, we'll kind of break that down in a second. But in terms of this, having an AoE sleep, we got 5% poisons with a chance of placing 2 extra poisons. Made me feel straight away like he'll be a great solo champion. And of course, what you guys seen in that Faction Wars run kind of proves that he will be able to do those kind of things, which we'll showcase later. He then has an ally protection on all allies except this champion, of course, and places a continuous heal buff on all allies, so bringing in some protection. But also heals this champion with a passive with Somnolence by 3% of their max HP, and all allies except this champion by 1% of this champion's max HP every time a poison debuff ticks on an enemy. This right here is insane, guys. If you consider how many poisons we're going to get out, a potential of 4 on just his ability, and then any other poisons that you're bringing from other allies, this is insane. Like 3% per tick of a poison. It's nuts. Now, whenever an ally is attacked while under an ally protection buff, has a 40% chance of placing a sleep debuff on the attacker for 1 turn. Now, a really good pairing for him I found was actually Sneak Track, because when he's under a reflect damage, he has a chance of placing a leech. He has ally protection to protect NOCT as well. And between both of them, they actually have a really fun synergy. So we'll showcase that later. In terms of aura, ally HP in dungeons by 35%. I really wish this would be a universal all battles, even if it was 30%. But okay, 35% in dungeons. Because I really feel like he's gonna shine in the Doom Tower, and an all battle aura would have made him even better than he already is. Alright, so in terms of how I built this champion, I'd say it's subjective. You don't have to go reflex, but yeah, so basically with reflex, kind of very similar to a Ban Alcazar, I always like to build in reflex because you're having a chance to reduce cooldowns by 40%. So you're able to come through with the A2 with Dreamer's Demise and proc this so many times. But you could just go like Immortal sets, try and capitalize on that passive to heal by extra HP. Or you can go like Star Wars, the new Defiant set from the Forge Pass, to have some mitigation on AoE attacks. I really feel like he's one of those champions that you can build him in so many ways and get some use. Maybe even Relentless, to be fair. Get some ally protection and heals out, some more turns with Dreamer's Demise. Yeah, I can see it for sure. But in terms of this showcase, we'll be going with Reflex with a blend of accuracy and resistance and speed. And that's what I've been focusing on today. So we got attack with speed, we've got speed and accuracy, we've got speed and resistance, HP percent on the gauntlets, resist on the chest plate. To be fair, I should be going HP percent, but I had HP percent in the substats, so alright. Speed on the boots. We're on resistance here, defense here, and HP here. Now, if you guys do want to go a different way and you feel like it's overkill with resistance, no problem putting HP % here. No problem going accuracy if you cannot get accuracy in your substats or your Great Hall isn't highly developed. There's no problems with those kind of builds. But in terms of this showcase, we want to showcase its full potential. So we've got 70,000 HP, probably around 80 to 90,000 with that chest plate. And then 2.8k defense to have some sustainability. We then have 242 speed. A little bit on the upside, but I'd say around 220 is a nice place to sit at. Depending where you're facing in the game, of course. Crit rate and crit damage we're not caring about in this build. 400 plus resistance and 300 plus accuracy to make sure that we're resisting and placing our debuffs in those higher floors, especially in the Doom Tower. Masteries also can be changed in so many ways, so take this one with a grain of salt, and wherever you're using your NOCT, focus your masteries according to that, I'd say. Like, if you're trying to do a solo strategy, something like this could be really powerful. But if you're bringing in multiple champions, you might want War Master to deal some bonus damage, right? So it is really subjective. But in terms of ones that I think are highlights, I would say Defensive Tree to Harvest Despair, because he has a 60% chance of placing a Leech debuff when placing Sleep debuffs, which is in his kit. And when you consider his heals in his passive and heals with his ally protection, continuous heals, being able to place a Leech as well, with the amount of times you're proccing that A2, can actually be really, really strong. And also the accuracy stats, trying to do Master Hexa, extend the value of our debuffs with poisons. Spirit Haste if you're doing solo strategies. And Oppressor to fill the turn meter by 2.5% for each active debuff cast by this champion, with a potential of 10% turn meter fill. So yeah, these are kind of the ways that I'd be building NOCT if I pulled him on my main account, for sure. And let's take him into a few areas of the game and see where he can shine. And this champion is fully booked for this showcase, of course. So let's get into it. So I guess it's only right to showcase him in the Nightmare campaign as a solo farmer. Now, he's not going to be the fastest in the world to do this, but we can kind of get an idea of how this Dreamer's Demise works. Because even me, when I first read it, it's very weird the way that it says disappears. So would he still be taking turns? How is this working here? So boom. So there's the sleep and the poisons, right? Now, if we wake them up with the A1 skill, let's just say, so boom, they actually do get the 2 extra poison debuffs, and even there, when they wake up, 4 happened, and then she stripped it, of course. So they're all getting 4 poisons. That's exactly what we want to see here. So let's just place it again. So sleep working completely well. That's great. Let's place some more poisons. And look at all of the heals. So every single time it's based on how many ticks that they take. Look at the size of those heals, guys. It's insane. Now, let's just try a full out run. I just wanted to show you the mechanics of that sleep, how it works, how that you wake people up. So now you're going to see here, Leech are proccing from the Harvest Despair Masteries. Every time that somebody takes a tick of poison, he's going to be healing by substantial amounts, 3% of his max HP. So it actually allows you to not have to use regeneration sets, for example, and focus on a gear set to heal himself. Because just through his kit, he's able to play CC, he's able to heal himself enough without needing healing in gear sets pretty much. Or like other healers, right? And I think that's what puts him above so many champions in this game, because he's got a way of self-sustain without relying on gear sets. And that kind of speaks volumes for his kit itself. And look at this. Oh, what is it? A 1-minute run or something for a Nightmare campaign? Like, if you guys pull him and you're trying to do a Nightmare campaign, this guy will take the pain out of campaign for you. He's going to be like a crazy champion. And look at this. They're hardly taking turns. Like, what's that? 57 seconds. Really, really substantial, guys. Now, let's head into the Dragon's Lair and see how well we can do some solo strategies over there. So we're going to take it into stage 24 because of the stage 25 disadvantage on the affinities of right. But then again, I was thinking, shall we just do it anyway? Yeah, I guess so. Let's see how well the value of this can happen. But do you know, against the actual boss itself, if you manage to get resisted too many times, then it could be detrimental and it's not going to be consistent. But look how much of the heals is happening. Look at this. Every single time a poison ticks, it's keeping him topped up. There we go. Look at that, it's insane. Now, the more HP you have, the more value of this heal you're actually going to see. But yeah, pretty nice. I like it. Now, it is going to come down to, are you placing this consistently? So there we go. CCs, making it a bit quicker. And he's actually pretty viable for stage 25, guys. Like, honestly, being the wrong affinity and being able to do it this well. Like, of course, you're going to see a better return on stage 24. Getting those weak hits from the ads and the boss itself. But we're the one placing weak hits, and we're actually doing really well up until this point. There's some more poisons. I'm not sure if we'll be able to survive the boss itself, though. Let's see. Alright, we're doing okay here. But I can imagine if you're starting to get too many weak hits, it's not going to be nice. Just like that. It's like, the boss is going to start hitting harder and harder now. Well, I guess there's no problem bringing in like another champion with him, but for full solo strategy, I just wanted to showcase that maybe for stage 25, he might not be the right one. See, look, we're trying to take a big hit there, and we're relying on those poisons to heal ourselves back up, and if he's not placing enough, he's not healing by enough. Oof. There we go. We're going to need some more poisons here. Alright, so we're going to be able to win this one, but I don't see that being consistent in this build anyway. We definitely need more HP. But 7 million damage, 2 minutes 36 seconds, not too bad at all. Now, in stage 24, obviously you'll see a lot better return, with him being the right affinity. But you're going to have to deal with like cleanses and stuff like that from Spirit Host and the block damage of Crimson Helm. Like stuff like this, and it'll just... That's the only downside of stage 24, and then the block debuffs too. So we're just coming up against the dragon now, so not too bad. And obviously we're not going to be getting weak hits here. We've got enough accuracy, and this one shouldn't be too bad at all. But it's actually really similar times to stage 25, but obviously this is going to be more consistent, whereas the other one is just RNG based. So doing pretty well here. Boom. Alright, come on, NOCT. Do NOCT to let us down here. Come on, buddy. We need to be placing more poisons. Nice. There we go. We're healing by some nice amounts as well. So very unique passive, I'd say. There's not many champions in the game that kind of work in this sense. But 2 minutes 19 seconds, very respectable, 6.9 million damage, not a problem. So let's head into the Ice Golem. So in terms of the Ice Golem, I actually put together a team like this. So we've got Corvus, the new legendary champion, we've got NOCT, of course, and we're just going to do a 4-man poison explosion team, full auto. This was just for a bit of fun. So you're going to see here, poisons are going to go out, we're going to put more poisons here. We're then going to extend the value of Corvus, very similar to a Dark KO. And I want you guys to pay close attention there. Did you see the heals? That's why I made this 4-man team. So the rest of our allies are actually taking some heals there, which was pretty nice. But I think it's the 1% of the max HP, which allows people to actually take some damage. Look at that. Keeping our champions alive. So very cool to showcase that, I guess. Showcase the full utility of his kit, of how it can work in like the Doom Tower or something, or even in dungeons. And then from here, pretty much him and Corvus are just going to finish up the job. Well, him by himself is the aim, but if Corvus survives, that's alright, I guess. Yep, let everyone die, it's fine. There we go. Extend the values. Boom. The animations of these champions are insane. Look at that. So we get an 800 heal or something like that with the 1 max HP, but then you get about 2,000 or so on our main champion. Let's just see that again. Yeah, there we go. 2.4k and 800. Alright, let them revive. It's all good. More poisons. We got really unlucky there. Alright, one more turn of the boss and then this should be finished. Come on. There we go. So 1 minute 36 seconds, not too bad at all. And whopping out with 2.9 million damage, outperforming everybody in his team pretty much. Corvus and Elenaru, who's actually doing the combust. So really great champion for dungeons and really holds that value. All right, so we are now in the hard version of the Doom Tower. And I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do this. I put like stage 100. But I'm really hoping that his heals and stuff can actually be a solo champion for... This is the hard Doom Tower, like I was just saying. So, can he survive? And is his heals enough? Of course, you're going to want to bring in other champions. But just to show... Wait, there we go. So we're healing... So he's going to be the main target now. Let's see. Can you solo the hard Doom Tower? Alright, nice. Alright, what's this wave here? Queen Eva's. Okay. Guys, this is stage 100 of the hard Doom Tower. He's not built for this. Well, I guess he's pretty much is built for it, but... Damn, look at the value of this. This is... Guys, if any of you pull this champion, you're struggling with Doom Tower. He is crazy. Look at this. Wow. That's speed farming as well. That's not no joke. This is like some really fast. So we're getting some bombs out, which is okay. That's fine. Nice. Alright, can we survive? We just need someone else to take a turn so we can heal a bit. Alright, he's dead. He's dead. Alright, there we go. That's fine though. That is completely fine. But to deal that much damage against stage floor 101 on the hard Doom Tower is actually very, very strong. And I didn't expect him to get that far by himself. Very, very strong. Now, if you think about bringing in Provoke Champions, Burn Champions, Stun Champions, alongside a NOCT, you'll be able to clear through the Doom Tower very, very easy. Very easy for sure. So, as you see here, guys, floor 101 on the hard is what I was just clicking there. So, yeah, really holds that value. And let's just go into like maybe an earlier floor. So we're just going to pick out like floor, what is this, floor 1. Let's just see him get through this really nicely. Yeah, guys, that is going to be all for this video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Let me know your thoughts on this champion as a whole. Of course, this isn't a full-out guide or anything like that. This is just a showcase from the test server to showcase the potential of everything I've learned about him so far and where I feel like he'd be used the most. Now, to round it up, where do I think he will be used? Faction Wars, Doom Tower King, and Dungeon Progression, or solo compositions, I guess. Or just to throw into those Poison Explosion teams. Is he a waste of space? Hell no. I think if you pull him early to mid-game, he would absolutely change your accounts for sure. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one, and peace.